Good afternoon. Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Anthony Gallardi here from Tavo Signature Cuisine in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Anthony, thanks for jumping on with me.
Hey, Stacie, thanks for having me.
It is my pleasure. I am so excited to share Tavo's Cuisine, your story, your rich history with our clients and community, and also your business success. Is that okay if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Awesome. Here we go. When people ask you what Tavo's Cuisine, Signature Cuisine does, how do you describe it?
So we're from the table, new modern Mexican cuisine restaurant. We focus on modern Mexican cuisine, but not forgetting the original. So we keep the original essence in our kitchen from passed down recipes, mother to mother, and so important generations. But we
Wow.
source out the best of the best ingredients. We try to work with local farmers in Wisconsin and Illinois border. So we are very farm to table in that sense. And we try to give our customers an experience, a very unique experience every time they come and dine with us, and letting them know that they're not just a customer, but more of a guest in my house.
That sounds wonderful and tasty. So, what were your business plans when you started Tavos and how have they changed?
Well, our original plans when we opened up Tavo's was to create an atmosphere that was like a small bistro,
Mhm.
very exclusive dining.
Okay.
And I want to say within 3 months of opening, we were able to achieve a great success of fully booking the restaurant for over 4 to 6 weeks in advance.
Wow.
So we would not take walk-ins. Let me just tell you though, my restaurant is pretty small, so it was pretty easy to do.
Okay.
We have about 5 tables in the restaurant.
Okay.
So originally I come from New York. I used to work in New York, and when I moved to Milwaukee, and obviously I saw the space where the restaurant was supposed to be open, I said, you know what, the concept that was originally thought for the space wasn't going to work, and this was a collaboration between me and my father.
Mhm.
My father had an idea of what he wanted to do with the space, and I told him, you know what, I don't think that's going to work. Why don't we try something new? Let me try something different that has not been seen here in Milwaukee before. And if it works, great. But if it doesn't, I'll tell you what, I'll stick around with you till it either hits or it fails. So with that being said, we launched Tavos in 2018, and shortly after, like I said, we became very very successful as far as bookings go. We were able to book tables 4 to 6 weeks in advance. We were doing so great, and all of a sudden we got hit with COVID.
Mhm.
COVID is what kind of took a change for us drastically. We
Yeah.
went from a full cozy dining room, almost every night full, to one table a day.
Mm.
Having to figure out how to transition to a lot of carryouts, to go orders, because a lot of people were not comfortable sitting next to each other. It didn't matter how far apart they were. They just walked in the restaurant and saw how small it was, and they were like, you know what, I'd just rather not be in there.
Mhm.
So we had to change our dynamics with our customers and how we approach reservations. So we had a lot of issues with reservations at one point where customers would call, make a reservation, and not show up for it. And
Oh,
then we would have
wow.
customers waiting that, we couldn't sit because we had reservations, so they would leave. So we
Mm.
would lose customers at the door and customers would then show. We also tried pay reservations where
Okay.
we would take a fee, to hold your table. Well, that only worked for, I want to say, 3 months or so till people started not showing up again and then filing disputes as chargebacks.
Sure.
And we saw so many chargebacks and just people canceling the reservations and then just filing chargebacks. You said, you know what? It's not worth it for me or for us and as a business to fight those disputes. I am not gonna fight or argue with you over a $20 holding fee. You know what?
Mm.
Just cancel all that, and we stopped taking reservations. We
Okay.
moved we moved away from reservations and we went straight for walk-ins only. So we take 100% walk-ins every day. We are closed Mondays.
Okay.
The only difference that we did make was that if you were my regular patron and I know who you are, you have my direct cell phone, you have direct access to me or message me. you can tell me, hey, I would like a table, and I would give you a table guaranteed, just because I know
Yes.
who they are, and I know you guys have been following me for, like I said, 5 years running already.
Yeah, and supporting you through
Yes.
the pandemic. That must have been really challenging. And one of the things that we talk about in business is being able to, I know the overword used pivot, but to really change and listen to your customers' needs. And time is money. So disputing with customers isn't going to get you anywhere. So that's very interesting that you share that with us. So thank you for doing that. Um, the next question I have for you is, what is the biggest way you impact the community?
I guess by giving them an experience in something they've never seen before. I have a lot of people who come here who said, "Wow, I had no idea this was Mexican food." You
Wow.
know, to teach my community about authentic Mexican food versus Tex-Mex food that's been called authentic for over 20 years plus. You
Sure.
know, it's a big change for them, and it's a cultural impact in a way as well,
Mhm.
to give a little bit of my culture to the community nowadays. And I think a lot of it is coming back because of the second and third generations, culture wise, that are now more involved and wanting to bring back those cultural traits into the food industry.
Absolutely. That's incredible. What is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from? I know you shared a little bit already about the
Sure.
challenges through COVID. Do you want to expand on that, or is there anything else you want to share?
I think one of my biggest challenges is, being in Milwaukee as a business for 5 years,
Mhm.
my exposure is not that great. It's funny how a lot of people don't even know we're here. I've
Yes.
seen it online. I've seen it to people that we talk to. Occasionally, a lot of people don't know we're here. We're still that hidden gem, which is awesome because a lot of people love the fact that it's like, hey, it's a little hidden gem in town, but we don't get recognized from Milwaukee's big scene. I want to say
Okay.
we get more recognition internationally and nationally than we do in Milwaukee, and I do believe that's one of the problems, or issues that's there, and
Yeah.
we would love to see that change. Eventually.
Absolutely. That's very interesting. We'll try new marketing things too. So
Yeah.
thank you for actually accepting this invitation to be
Oh,
featured. So
always.
I appreciate that. So what does the future look like to Tavos, and do you have an exit plan?
So our future, right now, we're looking to expand. It's growth. Right now, we're in the early stages still. We're still a baby.
Yeah.
We're just growing, and the future is bright. I mean, the sky's the limit for us. I'm still young. I am very, very eager to continue my growth. I have been invited by very different institutions to go different places. So they are trying to pull me out of Milwaukee at the moment.
Wow.
Yes, I have. So last year I was invited to take over a restaurant in London where I couldn't attend because, like I said, I COVID hit.
Sure.
So now, like I said, there's still offers on the table. I'm being pulled different directions, and it's to see where Tavos goes next. Do we keep Tavos
Mhm.
in Milwaukee? Do we make it bigger, or do we move Tavos somewhere else? But the exit plan, it's not there yet for us. We're still on the growth
Growth.
stages for us. Yeah.
Love it. And my final question for you, Anthony, is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
Ooh, I want to say my mother.
Oh,
Definitely, 100%. It's my mother. It's my family. The fact that I get the one question every time is like, "Who's your favorite chef?" or "Who's your inspiration?" I would always say it's my mother. Um, Funny thing is because my mother didn't realize I could cook till I actually moved out of her house. Uh,
oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But definitely would say it's my mother. I learned a lot from her on a day-to-day basis, and I'm lucky to still have her with me and teach me.
Yeah.
She's the best chef in the world, and she actually works with me in the restaurant.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, she's key to the taste and ingredients in the restaurant.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to tasting Tavos as well. If somebody else wants to connect with you or come into Tavos, what's the best way for them to find out more information on Tavos
Sure.
signature cuisine?
So they can definitely go to our website, tavoscuisine.com, or they can search us up on Instagram, Tavos MKE, or on Facebook as well as Tavos MKE. If you want to follow me directly on my Instagram, I'm Chef Anthony Gallardi. You can find me there as well. And just give the restaurant a call.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Good luck with your growth. It's going to be wonderful, and I look forward to meeting you in person soon.
Likewise, I'd love to have you in here, dine with us soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.